What is a family? Is it your blood relations or those you choose to spend time with? Well, the Royal BC Museum explores these relationships in their family exhibit. And one of the items on display has a very special family story. Veronica Cooper explains.
Family Bonds and Belonging explores and celebrates BC's families, including First Nations, early settlers, and immigrants who began their families in BC.
It gives us an opportunity to bring some cultural treasures out of storage that are very rarely seen. And one of them is the Tahltan diving raven tunic. It's a tunic from Telegraph Creek with an image of a diving raven on it, and in the belly of the raven is a fish.
The tunic was part of a collection purchased by the museum from an American dealer in 1976, then was spotted in this photo.
It's a wonderful photograph that was taken by a man called A.J. Stone at the end of the 19th century.
Stone was an American biologist and naturalist who visited the Northwest and took many pictures,
including a photograph of a man standing outside a house in Telegraph Creek wearing a Chilkat robe and a hat and a Chilkat style dance apron, and just underneath the robe you can see the top of the diving raven tunic. The documentation on the photograph doesn't say very much. It says Indian dancers, but we know from other documentation around the photograph that this is somebody who's called Dr. Sincoots.
Sincoots' great-great-grandson is First Nation carver Dempsey Bob. Some of his carvings are also in the museum's ethnology collection.
It's interesting to think about the connections with families for these objects, because quite often there aren't any recorded, and yet they really do still exist. The people today in Telegraph Creek are still connected to this tunic. And it's really interesting to see how just one photograph can open up all that documentation and make those family connections. So that's part of our work, is to make sure that we work on making those family connections come alive.
The Family Bonds and Belonging exhibition continues until October 31st.
This Week in History, brought to you by the Royal BC Museum, bringing British Columbia's stories together.